Right now, the world is going through a really tough time with COVID-19. It's causing major disruptions to just about everyone on the planet. Thankfully, many of us are able to transition to working from home, keeping individuals safer and slowing the spread of the virus. For quite a few of us, this transition is only possible because of tools like Microsoft Teams, making collaboration and communication with people working remotely so much easier. Over the next 10 minutes, I'll take you through building a Power Apps application and deploying it to Microsoft Teams. Because we all need a little uplifting right now, for the demo, I'll choose to make an app that displays a famous motivational quote randomized from history. The quotes are sourced from a free public web API to which I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a really simple little app that you can build in just a few minutes. Let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new flow. And that's just going to be triggered by Power Apps. And I'm going to call this quote of the day. Let's create that. So that's triggered in Power Apps. The next step will be our HTTP call. If I click on that, I'm just going to go back to my web address there and copy that. Go back to Power Automate, and I want to use the get method. And in here, I'll just paste that URL, and that's really all I need. I don't have to pass any additional parameters there. The next step will be a response. Where are we? Here we go. And in here, if I click on the body, I want to take the body from my HTTP call. And in here, I need to give an example of the data to expect. So if I copy that JSON data, which is what this page produces, and go back to flow and generate the sample packet. So I'll click save, but that's really all that is. Now, if I go to Power Apps, I just want to create a new blank canvas, and I'm going to call this quote of the day. Create. Now, a couple of things I want to do that I've found that just, and you may or may not want to do this with your app, but I'm just going to go to the advanced settings here. And one of the experimental features here is optimize embedding appearance. And all this does is it gets rid of the borders, makes everything white, and pushes your app to the top left-hand corner of the page. So when you're embedding this app or displaying this app in Microsoft Teams, or embedding it on a web page or a SharePoint site, we're using the web part to display Power Apps. It'll start the display of the app in the top left-hand corner of the web part, or of the top left-hand corner of the screen. So it just looks a bit better. So let's turn that on. Insert an image. I'm just going to add a little smiley face. What I want to do next for this example is I want to include that flow in my application. So I just go up to the Actions Power Automate and click on Quote of the Day. We'll add that. And I am just going to I actually want to run that flow when the app loads. If I go up to App on Start, and I'm going to set a variable, quote of the day, to the response back from that Power Automate, and that should give me my quote, and add it to that variable. So the next thing I would like to do here is, let's just add a gallery. Blank gallery. quote data. Just look at our structure here. We've got two values in here for our JSON packet. We've got content and author. So they're the two values that we want to display in our application. Let's select the gallery and I insert a label. And this label is going to be this item. Now, what was it? This item content. And we also want, set another label. We want the author. So to format this, I'm going to set the auto height to on, and then our author, the Y value, well, let's just rename these. So quote. Now here, we want this to appear under there, so we'll just set a quick formula to be, its Y will be LBL quote Y plus LBL quote height, say plus 20, just be a plus 10. Okay. Move this up a little. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to do for my, actually, come to think of it, I might give people the option to cycle through the quotes. So let's install a refresh button here as well. Just for the eagle-eyed people out there that would like to refresh their, actually, let's not even do that. Let's unselect. Let's set the quote of the day again. So if I just run that. Cool. Let's save that. Quote of the day. Okay, so the final thing I need to do is just add that to my Microsoft Teams. So all my team members will be able to see that motivational quote of the day. So if I open up Microsoft Teams and I've got my team, Chino Does Stuff, open, and if I click on the plus here, I've got a whole heap of different tab types I could add. Now the tab I want obviously is Power Apps. If we scroll down, we should see quote of the day. I'm gonna add that. So there we go. We've got my quote, and this one seems to be from Thomas Jefferson. Friendship is but another name for an alliance with the follies and the misfortune of others. Our own share of miseries is sufficient. Why enter then as volunteers into those of others? Well, that's another episode. If you liked it, make sure you click the like button, click the bell icon for further notifications, and of course subscribe to stay up to date with all my latest tutorials. One last thing, please stay safe, healthy, and consider those around you. I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.